to you.
Good stuff. Thank you, Liz. Let's continue to talk about saving some money. Joining us right now, Amy Brightfield, Health and Features Director at Better Homes and Gardens. Amy, good to have you here today.
Great to be here.
This is such a great subject. And this is your field, you know. So for starters, let's talk about, for example, being able to save some money by buying locally grown foods, right?
Right. So you want to shop for whole, locally grown foods at the farmer's market. A lot of times people make the mistake when they're trying to save money. They think that eating fast food or buying packaged foods will save them, and that can be actually more expensive. So if you go to, a lot of times there's a fruit stand on the corner. A lot of times the fruit there can be less expensive than the fruit in the grocery store.
Yeah.
And those are great sources. The farmer's market, the local fruit stand, anytime you can buy local and fresh and whole foods, that's your best bet.
That's good. What about store brands, for example? How important is that in terms of saving?
On some, you can really compare store brands. You can definitely save some money, shave some money off of certain things like sauces and salad dressings. Often you can get a store brand that's a little bit less expensive.
There are a lot of single people, you know, who have difficulty trying to save money because, you know, they're only eating for one sometimes, and then it's like you got to know when to shop, how to shop, and what to watch out for. You've got some tips on that.
Right, so like we were talking about, a lot of times people go and they buy all this food and they just put it in the refrigerator. So if you're single, you really want to map out, keep a journal of how much you eat throughout the week and really buy only that amount. Track it and then go on Sunday and buy only that amount. And the freezer is also your friend when you're single. You can make recipes and freeze part of it for on Sunday night, or if you don't eat all of it, put it in the freezer. And if you buy something and it looks like it's about to go bad, like chicken, or you put it in the freezer. So the freezer is your friend when you're single, especially.
That's good. There are some tips that you have for us, too, in terms of the food that we should buy, we should be careful about, and not worry about the money because it's very important to us.
Right. So foods that are the basis of your diet, like grains, whole grains. You don't want to skimp on buying whole grain pasta, whole wheat bread, whole grain breads, because carbs are a big downfall in a lot of people's diet, so you want to make sure those are healthy. Also, high quality sources of protein. It's worth it to spend a little bit more on the 90% lean beef and good cuts of beef versus the cuts that might be fattier. And since dairy is a big basis of a lot of people's diets, you want to go organic with the dairy to make sure that you're getting high quality, no hormones, no antibiotics in the dairy.
All good information. Also, you know, things like eating out less, for example, that's another way to save money.
That's definitely another way to save, is to eat out less and plan out your meals. It's all about planning. You know, people think that eating healthy costs a whole lot more when really it really doesn't. It might cost you more time to look carefully at the labels and plan, but it doesn't cost a whole lot more.
You have to really think about it. You know, even for example, if you're going to, you know, have, I won't call it junk food, but let's say you're going to get some popcorn. Instead of buying it, you know, you can pop your own. That's
exactly.
Way to
we just did that last night.
Did
you just put a little bit of oil in the pan and buy the kernels, and it's healthier for you that way too.
You know, it's so smart, like you say, to be able to think about what you're doing. When you go into the market, make these smart decisions. It's healthier, that's the most important thing, and you also have a chance to save some money.
Exactly, and don't go shopping hungry.
I do that sometimes, and that's the problem.
That's the worst.
I know. Amy Brightfield, thanks so much. Have a great weekend.
Thanks,
Thanks for joining us. Okay. All right, we have spent all